So to be a good YouTuber, you need to be good at editing, which is really, really important because it's how we keep your attention. And this is done in really one of two main ways, by either cutting the shots perfectly or by adding something to them. Those two methods can take you in whatever direction the video needs to go, but ultimately they still take a lot of time, effort, and creativity, no matter who you are. But I've always wanted to take a stab at actual editing in real software on a computer and actually seeing what I could make the video into. So this is my true first stab at it, my true first attempt, and I'm sure it's gonna seem like a true first attempt, but you know, you gotta shoot your shot. And that brings me here. Episode 2 of the 2026 River Barrel YouTube trial thing. Nailed it. But honestly, just let me know what you think about this one, because boy, I know this one being, of course, editing, which is hard to even know where to begin. You see, I could talk about cuts, videos, files, corrupted files, Final Cut Pro, music copyright, subscriptions, and every little detail, but I don't want to bore you with all of the little details. So instead, I want to practice rule 1, or the most important rule of editing, which is apparently show, don't tell. So, editing. Google tells me it was invented in the late 1890s, believe it or not, but it also tells me that it's been captivating our attention ever since, and the second being purely undeniable. I mean, it's in movies and clips, shorts, and lives, but it always has the same two goals. Make the visual easier on the eyes, most of the time. And 2, keep your attention for as long and as tightly as possible. So how is it done? Oh, you poor unfortunate soul, you've fallen right into my trap. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But apparently, the big idea with editing is that you're not supposed to notice it, but it's supposed to lead the vibe.
So basically, your brain is supposed to know if it's gone without truly knowing what it is, while simultaneously accepting it for what it is. It being the edit, of course. Are you with me? Of course not. Due to our collective 3 brain cells, I suppose we're going to have to take a different approach. Very well then.
That other route, of course, being show, don't tell. But how do you show an edit? Well, you do the edit. So here are some really popular edits that are meant to take your attention from here, that being a flow cut, which is meant to lead your attention from one shot to the next with a consistent flow. Then we have the classic J-cut, where the audio plays before the video. This one's really popular. Then we have the L-cut, which is the same as the J-cut, it's just the other way around. Then here's a match cut, which saves your eyes the trouble of moving at all due to everything being in the same place, which is similar but not the same to a jump cut, which is used most of the time to pass time while never leaving the same spot. These last two, which were dubbed over by voiceover, which is by far the most popular editing technique, though not a cut. But how do you know when to use these, or if to use them at all? You see, this is where editing styles come in, and there are some editing styles that are like super prevalent and super there and evident, like Mr. Beast with his big money explosions that are really expensive and hard to make, just like this one. They're almost the exact same. Or another example would be someone like Smitty with his endless sound effects. It's just a sound effect for every single action on the screen, which can get exhausting after a while, but you get the point. Some are really there that you can't miss, but others, well, not so much, because some are more subtle, still there, but a little bit under the surface, like Smallant or like Ludwig. But theoretically, how would I show you this in a better and easier way? So here we have the famous green screen, which is just that. I mean, it's wrinkly green fabric, but we'll ignore all of the wrinkles, won't we? But with the power of like color detection or color separation or whatever the term is, I just call it magic, we can do this, which can just take us somewhere completely different, or play a clip to further enhance a point, or really anything we want. It's truly limitless. But as far as I know, there are two main ways of doing all these things. One being, of course, green screening, which is what we just talked about, where we get to go together. And the other being called B-roll, which lets you have all the fun. Of course, that's what you're seeing now. But the one thing, overall, after all of this research that everybody tells you to get right if you want a good, captivating YouTube video, is story. Because stories are what really keep us focused and locked in on what the person behind the camera is really trying to say. And without one, all of the music and the editing and the effects and everything, they just fall flat. Because without a reason for being in the video, they shouldn't be there at all. But ultimately they say a good editor looks at a clip or a beat drop or an effect or a line of a voiceover and asks, can I change this and make it better? Can I lead their emotion from here to there? Could I use Spinjitzu? Can I tell the story? Does this do? Are my effects acting as scenes? Are my sound effects enunciating transitions invisible? Am I showing, not telling? But that's just what the internet tells me. I think I'll figure it out. Dang it. I really thought it was Pikachu. So, here I am. We died here. Like a couple hours before this video goes live, which is kind of crazy. I do have a lot to edit still, but I wanted to talk to y'all about the editing process after having edited a video, because believe it or not, it's hard to talk about the editing process when you never edited a video and the video about the editing process. So I guess I'll just get into it. Kind of the main features and hiccups and things, and I'll keep it short and brief, that I ran into. First of all was just the Final Cut Pro software, and mostly just the Mac. Like, I'm new to Mac, like within the last couple months. So I'm still learning Mac. I'm still getting the hang of Mac, and just throwing the editing software into things, it kind of delayed the Mac learning, I guess, if that makes sense. It kind of threw more on it, so it made both learning processes slower, both the editing process and the Mac learning process. So I guess that was the main hiccup, like getting photos and videos and things into the software, and just what can drag and drop and what can't, and all these things. Just kind of the hardest part of the beginning, and then kind of the hardest part of, I guess, the midway was communication with myself. And I know that sounds weird. I know that might not make sense or something, but kind of, how do I explain this? When I film a clip or a video or something, and then I edit it 2 days, maybe a week later, I wish I had more communication with the editing process, or myself editing, to be able to film the clip in the way that I needed it for editing and I had in mind. So I guess I wanted to know more and better about how I wanted to edit the video before filming, because I thought I did, but I just didn't know enough about editing to know how I wanted it to look. So I hope that made sense. It makes sense in my head, but it probably sounds really, really stupid. Kind of the third and I guess final thing near the end of the editing process was music copyright and music subscriptions and all these things. And the music in this video, some of it being added a bit earlier on, kind of flowing a bit better with the video, was added earlier on, but some of the music I'm still gonna have to add tonight, and maybe that'll be noticeable, maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but mainly just the getting of a subscription model to actually be able to legally use the music. And you could actually check the credit in the description, because that was free, and so I had to put that down there so that I don't get cooked later down the line. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoy editing at this point. I feel like I'm going to enjoy even later today, super late at night, whatever time it is. I'm excited to get better at this, I think, is the main thing. Which brings me to my third point here of me not talking about yet. I guess it's the second video, so not much room to talk about it yet. But the future of this River Barrel channel and where it's kind of going to go and land, where I plan for it to go and land, I should say, because who knows. But just kind of the themes and stuff, and really the only thing I know right now is that I don't truly know. And I know that sounds like nothing, but really where I see it is kind of like something based off like my creative outlet. This is my creative outlet. So most likely the main things that I like talking about and I've been passionate about for the longest time is like Nintendo and video games. You've seen themes of that across the video and stuff, and that's just kind of where I want to take it. But this first year, these first 12 months are really just learning YouTube, and becoming a YouTuber comes after that. And it's kind of weird, because I know most people who watch this video are probably going to be streamed in from people who know me for something else later down the line, which is exciting and weird. It's like I'm talking to a future fan. I feel like that's kind of how this is going to go, because I know YouTube won't send this out to very many people. And it sounds weirder and weirder the more I talk about it, so I'm just not going to talk about it again like that. But, yo, what's up? Anyway, just, I guess, let me know what you want to see, and try to add that into everything else. So ultimately, I hope you stick around. I hope you are excited for next month's video, if anyone's watching this when it comes out. Which, who knows? Who knows what that's going to be? Who knows? But yeah, I think that just about covers it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I mean, this did take a lot of effort with having a full-time job and other hobbies and things, working on this YouTube video over the past month and filming everything and having to change outfits into this. You know how many times I had to change clothes for a video? Like I'm a friggin' movie star, just to try to have coherency. Don't tell me what that word is. Consistency? That's not the word I'm looking for. Maybe I said it. I don't know. I'll catch you next time. But I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, comment down below what you think that next video is going to be about. Oh, shoot. Dang. Okay. Really gotta watch that thumbnail.